I'm sure a lot of people out there want to get into machine learning, and this world is really unfair, really unfair if you want to get into machine learning for the very first time. Okay, so before starting this video, a disclaimer here. This video is especially for those who have some knowledge on any programming language, either Python, Ruby, Scala, Kotlin, any programming language, and some knowledge on machine learning. This video is about cracking a machine learning job with zero experience, and it's not about mastering machine learning from scratch. This video is especially for those experienced folks who are stuck in their job who want to move to machine learning, and for freshers who want to get some information. I have a separate video about how to get into machine learning for freshers. It's an old video, the quality isn't great, but I believe that some of those tips definitely help to get into machine learning world as a fresher. So what happens in current world is like a lot of people are inclined towards machine learning, AI, and everyone wants to get into this field because this field is really booming. What can we do to get into machine learning with absolutely zero experience? Is there something we can do about it? I think yes. There are so many ways from which you can hack into a machine learning role with zero experience. Okay, in the past 10 years in information technology industry, I found out 2 ways by which you can actually get into machine learning role with zero experience. The first way is actually a traditional way, and the second way is a raw, untraditional way. Let's begin first the traditional way. So what's this traditional way about? So all those folks, assume you're working in a project right now, you want to move to ML. What is the first thing you can try? The basic thing you can try is like whichever project you're working in, you can probably come up with an ML or AI idea and go to your manager and propose this idea. Yes, it works nowadays. So number one in traditional way of getting into machine learning with zero experience is come up with an use case in whichever project you're working currently. You might be working in a support project, you might be working in an administrative project, you might be working in a DevOps project, wherever you're working in. Come up with the use case, find out what are the data you have, approach your manager, try to tell him that okay, by using this amount of data we can do these many types of machine learning things that will help the organization increase the revenue, or that will help people to bring out better productivity. That's number one. Like come up with an idea in the team wherever you are working for and propose the same solution to your manager. I'm pretty sure with the amount of craze everyone has nowadays, your manager will definitely give a thought, and this might open a door for machine learning for you with zero experience. Let's go to the next point. Like suppose you're working in any team currently which you feel like there's no scope for any machine learning or AI. You'll have to see a way to get out of the current team and probably move to that team which has machine learning work. It's very easy to say this, but I know I've been in a service company. I know the difficulties in going internally to different projects, but that's the only way out. You'll have to push hard, try to find out teams which has ML, try to build personal contacts and repos. You can get into those teams with those personal contacts and repos, and you need not worry you have experience or not. You can get there, start learning. So I think this is another way, very awesome way. Try to move to different teams which has ML and AI, and whenever there is an opening you can just enter into those teams and start learning. This is the second way by which you can actually enter into ML field without an experience. Now assume both fail. Point 1 doesn't work, you are not able to convince your manager about a use case. Point 2 doesn't work, your project doesn't release you to get into a machine learning project. That happens very quietly. I mean, I had tried a release in Tata Consultancy Service for almost 2 years. They didn't release me. What next? I would suggest you to look after some freelancing work outside your current job. It's better said than done, because getting a freelancing job is really difficult. What I would do in your position is like I would try to find out like, are there any final year students in my area, right? Are there any students who are actually doing an ML or AI project? I would sync up with them, try to help them with whatever knowledge I have, try to learn from whatever information they have, try to get the complete hold of end-to-end machine learning projects they are doing in their colleges. So how does it help us? The students are doing in their engineering college, I'm going and assisting them, trying to learn something out of it. How does it going to help me? Yes, a small line in your resume, you have to just put it as a freelancing project, you did it for your friend. That's how it works. There's no loss here because you know the concept end to end, you know what the project is about, and companies need you with some experience. So I believe there is no harm in doing this one. Yes, assist your friends in doing the ML work, learn everything out of it, put it as a freelancing job, you did it for a friend. That's the number 3 in the traditional way of getting into ML without any experiences. Awesome, so enough of traditional ways. Probably find it useful. I'm sure the success probability is somewhere between 30 to 40% in all the 3 steps which I told you. It's never about 50%, but I hope out of 100, if it helps you and 1 or 2 people, the mode of creating this video is successful. So what to do? Everything fails and you still want to get into machine learning, you're desperate about getting into machine learning. I have some ways by which you can get into machine learning with zero experience. I strictly tell you this based on my experience. I do not recommend you to strictly follow this. It's up to you. Understand how it's done, and it's up to you to follow it or not. Okay, imagine everything fails. What can you do different to get into machine learning projects? There are a couple of ways which I found it useful. Number 1, you'll have to mirror someone else's work as yours. How to do it? Okay, this is what I did. I went to a team which was working on machine learning project. I sat with them, understood the use case end to end, replicated the same type of data in my system, implemented the same use case end to end, and I got complete hold of what they do. So after I got the complete hold of what they do, what I did is like I put it as in a POC, a proof of concept for the current team. I put it in a resume. Indirectly, it adds for my experience. I have worked on project end to end. I have enough knowledge about the project end to end. There is no losing here. Everyone, it's a win-win situation for all. The companies are looking for experienced folks. You have an experience implementing a project. The only short lie you put in your resume is like that is the POC you implemented in the current team. This needs a dedication from your end to learn a machine learning project implemented by some other team. Get hold of someone in that team, make friendship with those folks, try to understand what did they do for tuning a model, how did they put that to production, what are the steps they did to collect the data, learn everything, make a document, come back to your system, install all the softwares, replicate this project end to end. If you're someone who do not want to lie in resumes, you should stay away from these type of techniques. One final technique I want to tell you is like pretty similar to the first technique. And imagine you do not have any ML or AI teams working in your neighborhood. What to do that time? I would suggest you pick an awesome use case. Pick an awesome project. The project should look practical. The rest of the step remains the same. Collect the data from Kaggle wherever you want to. Collect the data, set up the environment, implement the project end to end like you are implementing it for a real production. You have to do the cleaning of data awesomely, like how you do it with the production project. You'll have to collect the data awesomely. You'll have to try out various algorithms. You have to select the best algorithm. You have to work on tuning that algorithm, and you'll have to work on putting this algorithm to production. Yes, even that is needed. Like you will have to work on putting this algorithm to production as well. Maybe using an API, using a webhook, or using a bot, whatever it is. You should have an end-to-end experience of implementing this project. After you implement this project end to end, you are always open to put this in your resume. One thing I would tell you is like put that extra effort. I used to go on weekends, learn these type of projects. I tried to put it as an POC in my resume, and I finally could get into machine learning work without any experience. So these are the two ways. One is traditional ways, another is unorthodox ways to get into machine learning with zero experience. I hope you guys like the video. I'm sure a lot of people out there want to get into machine learning, and this world is really unfair, really unfair if you want to get into machine learning for the very first time. Okay guys, thanks for hanging on. Some awesome contents are coming up, so subscribe to the channel. Let's catch up again. Bye.